Hi, I'm Rita.
And I'm Suzanne's, and this is Reality.
Reali-Tea, the Reali-Tea podcast. Welcome back. Episode 84 of the podcast. We are talking about the Real House of Durban today. Very excited. I think it was a good episode. I thought it was decent. Well, more than decent.
It was cute. It was cute. I have my criticisms, but it was okay. Yeah.
Okay, good. No. Maybe you're going to come in like me last week when I was like, I have notes. That was me.
Actually, exactly. Like, I have like some like issues with like some of the scenes, the placing of the scenes, but we'll get into it.
And it seems to be, now that we've spoken about it once, it seems like it's going to be a consistent issue because I also noticed a couple of things. I was like, again.
Because like you're the one who like noticed it. Now it's like, damn, okay, now I'm actually really seeing, it's just not making sense. Yeah, fully.
So what are you sipping on?
Nothing complicated, nothing crazy, just some plain old water in a flask.
Love to see it.
What are you sipping?
Because I'm not obviously drinking alcohol right now, and there was no juice in the house. I don't know why there's no juice, but I made lemonade. But I made it with rooibos like you did the last time. So I just made it into lemonade. So I made like 2 jugs. So I'm like, okay, now I have juice to last me who knows how long.
2 jugs. It's going to be there for a while. Unless you drink a lot of juice. If you drink a lot of juice, then I guess not.
No, my brother's going to finish it. Just watch. Just watch. She's going to finish it. So let's get into our hot topics. So today we're going to talk about Big Brother again because Suzuns and I are inside now. Like we're inside. We're watching.
We're within. Hey, like she was busy sending me updates of the thing bit by bit. I'm like, yes, girl, don't stop. Just keep updating me because I'm too lazy to watch it live. But now that you're watching it and you're catching the spice, like do it. And I was doing the same thing in the morning as well. Like in the middle of my workout, I'm like, just watch some Big Brother. I think that might just be my routine.
And see what's happening. Yeah, like you just watch it here and there, like those moments. But we're recording on Monday, and so last night was Eviction, and 2 people went home. Thank God. I thought it was going to be 1. I was going to be so upset. Not again.
I was going to be upset. I was going to boycott if they decided to make it 1 again. Like, please.
Not
guys.
you making us watch a 1-hour show for only 1 person to go.
Like, even after this, there's still how many people are left? 14. There's still 14 people left. So, like...
It's like... It's wow. There's so many of them left in that house. Like,
and the finale is this month. And the finale is this month. So it's the end of this month, right? So like, I don't understand how many people are still going to be left.
March.
Oh, okay. Well, in my head it's March. Yeah. In my head it's March.
Oh, okay, cool. Got you. Yeah, so 2 people went home yesterday. So first one out of the house was Zeno. About damn time. He wasn't giving at all. He was boring. So Zeno left. He was the youngest in the house, 21, 22? So like,
21.
Do we miss him? No.
Like, yeah, I think he still had some life experiences to go through. Like, just, he still has to know himself. And because it's a lot of characters and personalities, it's easier to be an observer. Yes. And also, like, it's easier to just be less passive and to not get into any confrontation. So because he's still young, you still want to be easygoing. You still want to, but that's not what we want to see. We want to see chaos. We want to see confrontation.
Chaos.
Like what I saw this morning. Like what I saw this morning better be on the dailies, actually. It better be on the dailies because that was wild.
I can't wait. And then second person that left, I don't know if it was a shock for me, but anyway, the vegan had to go, so BU left, which was kind of, I guess, hard because he was...
It's the vegan for me. We could have vegan listeners or vegan watchers right now, okay? All our vegan listeners and watchers, you guys are loved and we support you.
You know why I say it? Because they were struggling with them in the house. They didn't know what to do with the vegan. Like, so I think it's easy to cook for one, so I don't know. But anyway, he left, and it was awkward because the night before he had a steamy night with Venus, so that was awkward. And you could see when they said his name, that kiss.
No, I'm saying, that was hot and heavy. That was hot and heavy. Like,
people were grinding and winding.
Yeah, but you're right. When they said his name, he was like, like me. Oh, you want something that I'm safe? It's like, no, sir.
But also everybody else's face. Like, I think everybody felt for Venus. They were like, oh shit, like, because if you're in a relationship, your partner could be leaving. Like, you might end up being alone in the house. Like, your person might leave.
And also, like, imagine she has been fighting it for so long of like, no, like, let's just stay friends, but also you're a player. And then the night before is when she just gets, maybe that's also why. Because it was the night before and they were like, this is our only chance. This is our only chance.
They said, I want me whining and grinding up on the floor. I want to see you looking at me. Yeah, that's what they were doing.
Yeah, that part.
So yeah, I mean, that's what's happening.
He was even moaning. I was like, girl.
It was awesome.
This is basically having sex with your clothes on. Like, this is a lot.
Dry humping. They were dry humping. They were dry humping.
It was the legs.
In the bathroom.
When you sent me the video, the first frame that you see is just her legs wrapped around him. I'm like, sure. Okay, yeah, no. It was insane.
It's all the sexes in that house. Big Brother's wild, actually. It's wild.
Honestly,
people are in relationships.
Like, I was listening to it this morning, and someone said that's basically like high school. Because even when they were like doing this, it's in the bathroom, it's very secretive. And then they were even like, you have those students who are like very nosy. Then you had like Abo Yoli who were like looking and trying to see what's happening. And it's like, guys, come on, we're old, please.
It is very high school. But also it's kind of like, what else are you going to do? Like, I guess it's going to bring out the child side of you or maybe the petty side of you because like you're in the house every day with the same people. Like you have to entertain yourself somehow. If it means sticking up with people in the bathroom that are busy bumping and grinding, it is what it is. That would have been me too.
Yeah. Facts.
With the splitting.
But yeah, tell us about the new format and the new twist.
Yes. So before head of house and deputy head of house, they would nominate for eviction. So they would nominate people. And now they've switched up the game and now housemates will get to nominate one, which is great. But now they've created this whole conspiracy corner, which is literally a corner in the yard that's been demarcated. And it's only open between after eviction on Sunday at like 7 p.m. up until Monday, 6 p.m. when the head of house game happens. Because after the head of house game, they have to do nominations. So the conspiracy corner is there for you to basically conspire, right? And figure out who you're going to nominate and things like that. So there've been a couple of people that have gone to the conspiracy corner. It's literally there in the yard. Like it's finishing me. Like it's just, it's just demarcated there.
Okay,
and on top of that,
my question is demarcated how? Like, is it?
It's on the floor. Like it's on the. It's tape on the floor.
It's tape. Yeah, but yes, that's also the issue. I was listening to a Twitter space about like the show and like post eviction, and like someone was like, if we're being honest, also like the show, there's no budgets. There's no budgets. What's the budget? It's zero. Guys. No, and like let's be honest, the budget is zero. Am I lying?
You know where they're showing that the budget is really zero. It's the
front games and head of house, ma'am. It's giving arts and crafts. It's giving arts and crafts. When they have to do X's and O's and they put tape. They would just put purple tape on, and I was like, no. I think what's my problem is that like they have it in this huge space, and then there's just this tiny little area that's just like it's like why? Okay, fine. If it's gonna be if you're gonna have a small space, then make the space smaller. If you're gonna use only a source, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's black. It's painted black. Also, it makes sense because it's in a studio, which is why it's painted black. But now, because it's painted black, it's dead. It looks like you're just in space. It looks like they're in like they're standing in negative space, basically. So
essentially. But I guess another cool thing about the conspiracy corner is that whatever is discussed in that conspiracy corner cannot be spoken about outside of the corner. So you can't now leave the corner and then go fill in your friend. Like your friend has to come into the conspiracy corner for y'all to have a chat. So that's one of the rules. So obviously they probably are listening to them to make sure that they're not breaking the rules and things like that. So that's the new twist. So it looks like there's strength in numbers. It looks like there's an upstairs versus a downstairs situation where people that are staying upstairs, the rooms upstairs versus downstairs. And it looks like Yoli is the only person in the downstairs bedroom that has not been nominated. So I think she probably will be nominated this episode. So, I mean, this today.
Yeah, it's wild. I hope she makes it. I hope her overacting doesn't cost her. I hope
You know
people
what
don't
I
vote
was
out because they're
thinking?
tired of her acting. Because I'm tired of her acting. I'm sorry,
Okay,
and like
then vote for
I can tell
everybody
she's
else.
I can tell she's like really, she's really, you can tell that she really loves acting.
She's
And there's
invested.
potential. She can do it because she's able to, like, show range. She can. It's just that she overacts. So when you overact, she's like, just back it down a bit. Just,
Yeah,
you
like
don't have to talk with every syllable like this.
exactly. But I think, I was thinking about nominations. Like, I think they're starting to pick up which people are popular with the audience. So what I would do if we had the numbers, I would vote for every single strong person, because essentially one of them would have to go. So if we vote for the top 4 strongest, one of them would have to leave, because now the audience must now choose out of that 4.
Okay, but
Who do you want
the
to
only
save?
problem with top 4 strongest is that, like, you wouldn't know, like, who is you
True.
don't know, because so many people are being nominated. Because there's like 6 people being nominated, so it's like you don't know who is in the top or not. But it's a good idea.
But I think people
nominated multiple times and they're still safe. Nominate those ones again. So your Mpo, your
yes,
Nale.
it's Mpo, Temba, Nale,
Yes.
somebody else. But yeah, I get you. But yeah, guys, let's get into the episode before we talk too much. But watch Big Brother because it's lit. So let's get into The Real House of Durban, Season 2, Episode 4. It's Episode 4, and after last week where we got 9 scenes of nothing, Black Tie is here, the host and hostess have arrived. And honestly, everyone's disappointed. If we're being honest, all the blacks at the table are like, is this it? All the blacks.
Like Konko and Lundi. They were like, really?
I'm sure because obviously
because they made them
so small.
Long. Yes. And they made them, the Durban, like, inner circle, the social circle is probably very small. And they made them wait for so long. It's not Bonang. Like, if it was Bonang, they would have lost this, man. They would have
passed out. I would have started crying. Passed out once and for all. So, I don't know. Like, obviously, they sit down, Tobini and stuff. And this is when I was like, Musa, this is not Utanones Tembu. Like, we don't want to hear about polygamy every time we with you guys. Like, we get it. You're in a polygamous family. Like, we get it. But now every day, it can't be about polygamy. Even when he said, don't you guys, what did he say? What did he say here? He said, don't you feel tempted when you see me? What do you mean? Don't you feel tempted when you see me?
Don't you wish you were in my position? And also, like, the way he, like, justifies polygamy is so weird as well. He was like, can you imagine being with someone, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? It's like, okay, so she doesn't want to be around you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Can she also get another husband? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they won't fall for that. So for me, I'm like, I'm all for polygamy, but let's talk about polyamory. I mean, not polyamory, polyandry.
Polyandry, yeah.
Like, then let's put them both on the table. If you feel one way about the other, then maybe you need to question why you feel like the one is more important than the other. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The explanation.
Do you, boo? Do you?
And also, I think the other issues that, yes, his explanation of it, but the other issues also, like, the way that he wants to impart it on everybody else. Like, not everybody's about that polygamous life. Like, not everybody wants it. Not just because someone's black and Zulu doesn't mean they also want it. And you could see it made Annie,
and apparently also
uncomfortable.
Also Indian, because he was like, Vivian, don't you... I wish Vivian was here. I was like,
Vivian.
Why are you dragging Vivian into this?
Not the billionaire. Not the billionaire,
ma'am.
So you could see Annie was already on the defensive. Like, she wasn't having this conversation. She was already on the defensive. And she had the stank face on her look, because essentially Tobile's on Sam, you're with a black man, so you don't know what you're gonna get. But Annie was like, I know what I got, and she's like, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, but Annie was being she was being too sensitive. Like, it was a joke. She honestly said it as a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can understand feeling uncomfortable around, like, Selegu now trying to justify the whole thing the whole time. I can understand that, because, like, okay, are we really here just to talk about polygamy? That I can understand. But, like, the fact is, I mean, she just made a joke. Like, she was really trying. Okay. And also, like, I think I appreciate Makumala's position was a very awkward one, because she came very late. but like she still managed to woo over like most of the ladies, and I think it's because she does have a very like charismatic personality. That's why she's on radio. You know, she's a very charismatic person.
She has
like I think she's a good addition for the show.
Yes, no, definitely. I think she's definitely a much needed like person on the show because she's not too rah, but she's rah enough. If that makes sense. Like she's not a nonku rah, but you know that she's gonna confront people about stuff if she needs to. So now we get to this T410's conversation around white men buy, black men cheat. I don't know what was going on, but it was lit because when Nonku said white men buy, I was like, ooh, white men buy.
I was like, what do you mean white men buy? But then when she did at the end, I understood. So she was saying all men cheat and white men like make up for it through gifts. But it's like, okay, but then what do black men do? Because she didn't say like about. So it was just, ma'am, you shouldn't have said this.
So wait, how did you feel about it? Because obviously Nonku said all men, right? She said all men, right? And then JoJo's obviously like, not all men, right? You know, but no one was talking about her man. No one's talking about her man with that smile.
I mean, look, it's tense, but you know when Nonku like explains it properly, when she says that all men have cheated at least once in their life, that I can
if she said it like that.
Yeah, then I can be like, okay, that makes sense because like I mean, people start dating, especially if you're hetero people start dating from like a very young age, you know. So even as a teenager, you could have had some like silly mistake and whatever, you know. But so I can understand where she's coming from, but I'm like the way she said it, she made it seem as if like if you're in a relationship, that man is going to cheat in that relationship.
Yeah, that's what she made it sound like. She's going to cheat. Yeah, instead of just saying all men have cheated, she should have just said all men have, which I can get behind that statement. I can get behind that one. I'm going to lie to you. I can. So anyway, now we at this stage where, and I don't know if you saw on Twitter, friend, when, especially after Real Housewives drops on a Friday, it was trending, obviously.
I did.
Around the Zulu thing.
Like, around the Zulu thing, yeah.
So a lot of people were like, but now Annie surrounds herself with Zulu people. You in KZN, like you're married to a Zulu man. At some point, you need to learn the language. And now she felt like there needed to be subtitles when the ladies were speaking. But what do you want people to do? Like, they're all Zulu and they were just comfortable around each other to speak. I don't know. Like, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, I mean, here's the issue. Like, I think the host should have tried to, like, bring it back into, because, I mean, you guys invited these people. You know, that's the thing. You guys invite these people. It's different if it's like a more casual dinner table and people are in their own groups and they're having chats but everyone is now listening to you guys. So because everyone is listening to you guys, I feel like there should have been like some provision of like, okay, let's just steer it back towards a language that like everyone understands. It's different if like it was the four of them just chilling and then they started talking, you know, speaking.
Yes.
But I think the reason why like Tonto did it wasn't an intentional thing. I don't even know if she started it. Maybe she didn't even start it.
True.
But
I never thought that it was. I never think that it's intentional though. Like I've never thought that they're doing it on purpose.
It's never intentional, but I just think because it's something that is like very cultural, it's easy to talk in like your language of that culture because you know you're talking about something that has very cultural practice, so it's easy to slip into that.
Also, it's their mother's tongue. It's their mother tongue.
Yeah.
If English is your second language,
I mean, it is their mother tongue, but like if you invite me to, okay, it's different if it's like it's the 21st and then Ukoko is going to speak. You know, Ukoko is going to speak in her language. That's fine. Yes. But because everyone is now listening to them, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I
just felt like shit. You know, it's So that's maybe.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, especially I think just because maybe I'm a black person, I'm just used to Zulu people just behaving like this in any case. So I'm like, we need to catch up to them, not the other way around. Like they're not going to start speaking Spady or Tswana to us because they're trying to make us comfortable.
We're used to it.
Like,
we really are used to it.
That's how they.
Or we've been in situations where like people will slip into their languages that we don't understand, and we'll just be like, okay, well, we're here now.
It is what it is.
We are used to it. Yeah.
It honestly is what it is. So there was a quick little scene with Sirisha and Uncle Viv. So obviously Black Ties ended. So now Sirisha and Uncle Viv the next day. Sirisha has gang dogs. Like there's many dogs. It's gang. Just so many. Just everywhere.
My question is why did he make a comment about the economy picking up? It's like, my G, you're a billionaire. Like whether there's a recession or not, it's not going to affect you. You're still gonna go to things, whether it's a recession or not. You don't care.
This is like his third or fourth time on TV. This is what you're gonna decide to speak about. The fourth time we see on television. That was your opening line.
The economy is picking up. It's picking up. It's like, okay, that's nice, but you still have your Bentleys.
Who told him to start that conversation?
Who told him the economy is picking up? Because he doesn't get it.
Actually, you told him.
He just had to call a PA. He's like, hey, Linda, just give me something useful to talk about, something relatable. I can't talk about my billions. Like, the economy, politics. Yes, that's what he was saying. Politics, exactly. Now, my Boosie, our girl is back. Every time I see my Boosie, I'm gonna lie to you, I get excited. I'm just like, my girl is back. So we have Londi, my Boosie, and Tonko. Me too. I'm like, shots fired everywhere. Come on. So she looks great, though. You can see she definitely like stepped up her game and everything. So it's just Londi, Mabusi, Lassie, and Mabusi first is like, yeah, I know you from Instagram. At this point, we all know Londi from Instagram. All of us. Hey, don't be that girl. Don't be that person. You know when you meet someone like I remember once when I was at your house and I met Penny Liban,
yes,
the radio
Libian.
Personality host. Yeah, yes. Libian, yes. And she's like, I'm Penny. I was like, oh, nice to meet you, Penny. I'm Sizinzo. I feel as if like I've never. In my head, I'm like,
I think you have to pretend. Hey, it's like if Beyonce says hi, you can't be like, B. And be like, yeah, girl, I know you. What?
Beyonce? Let's be like, oh, hi, Beyonce. Hi.
Hi, I'm Rita.
Beyonce's like, I know you know who I am. And, but it's okay. Let's pretend.
It's like Oprah coming to you. Hey, I'm Oprah Winfrey. I know you. I know who you are.
I know you, girl. But she's like, Oprah. How do you pronounce it? Oprah. Okay. I'm
okay. What do you do for a living?
Interesting. You never ask me what do you do for a living. That is such a flex. Actually, now I need to meet Beyonce so I can ask her, so what do you do for a living?
Get out.
I'd love to do that.
Get out.
I'd love to.
Get out. I'm dead. So basically, there were a lot of scenes just filling each other in about the black tie. I don't know. I don't like too many of those scenes. Like, there can only be like one or two. Like, that's it. It can't be every scene.
That was one of my criticisms. We could have just had a montage scene of all of them just discussing it. Like they do, like how they do it in everything. Just a montage scene and all of them discussing it, and we're done. Now we had a scene with Annie and Takuru talking about it. Then we had Vivian and Sirisha talking about it. Then we had Cole with Thingy and guys, it's a lot.
And wait,
it's a lot. Actually, can we talk about? Yeah.
No. Just a question for you. Like the last episode we're talking about like what day are these things happening? Did this seem like the event was the night before? Is that what it seemed like to you?
Yes. They came off for a lot of it. They came off like the event was the night before. That's the problem. They don't have transition shots. Because I realized, like, why do we have this problem with the American one? It's because they put transition shots. Like, they'll have a nighttime scene, then they'll put the moon go down, sun goes up, and you're like, oh, it's a new day. And then they show people walking. They need transition shots. They need it. And they don't. And that's why it feels like how these people are all meeting at once. Like how Emmy was with the guru. Now she's having lunch with she's booked and busy.
She really ain't that booked and busy. Actually, now, because there's no transition shots.
A couple of weeks or a couple of days.
That's
exactly.
Very true.
They just need some transition.
Guys, listen, we might review.
Listen,
guys, we might review, but like we know what the fuck we be talking about. Never get it twisted. Hello. Anyway, so yes, that was again just telling us how she was so disappointed that it was just Tobile. But it looks like the first time that she met Makumalo, it wasn't the best response because she's friends with the second wife, Umayeni, and it looks like Tobile was a little cold towards her. She felt like she wasn't being very genuine. Yes, she felt like Makumalo wasn't genuine with her. So I'm like, how is there beef? Like, let's talk about it. Like, let's talk. I said,
let's talk about it because Makumalo, it comes off as very bubbly, very sunny, but like, I don't know, maybe she just had a bad day, honestly. I just think she probably had a bad day. But I do feel like they are both in this like rivalry between them, which I'm kind of enjoying. You know, because even Kumalo, like when she's having a walk with Sirisha, she was like, oh yeah. Yes, and you feel like she's pushing it, she's antagonizing it.
Yeah, like Concourse, I feel like is the one. It's coming from her side more than it is Makumalo's side.
Ma'am, she wants to be there for season 3. She wants to be there for season 3. So I'll do the same thing.
Secure the bag.
The new person. Oh, let's pick on a new person. I'm a Giselle. I'm a Giselle, that woman.
Yeah, you must pick on the new person. It's initiation. It's initiation.
Yes. Facts.
So then we have a spa day with Makumalo and her daughter Umpilo, and basically also black tie affair, catch up, wow. But the only thing that came out of this conversation, which was nice, is that how Umpilo has struggled with low self-esteem. And like, this comes up a lot for women. Like, it's just really sad that every show that you watch, there's always some kind of body image issue that women have to go through. If it's not Love Island, a lot of the women there that are bigger. I mean, we didn't see them throughout the show, but like in the beginning of the season for Love Island season 2, a lot of the women, like, you know, some people don't like me because of my size and whatever. And this comes up a lot for women, and it really makes me just sad because even I go through it. But like, it's just like we all, like, all the time we're having to think about.
As well, you spoke about some Big Brother Mzansi, as well, with one of the contestants, and how like I feel like if she would have been someone that was seen as like a more societally appealing size, like the guys would have been more into it, because everyone's saying that like she's everyone's catch. I'm like, she's everyone's catch, but like who's knocking on her door? No one is knocking on her door. You know,
like, oh, it's her personality.
So, yeah.
Oh, you know, I love her personality. She's like this. I connect with her. Then until it's me time.
Also, yes, be with her. Exactly. When Gershon got into then he's like, yeah, she's who I connect with, but Venus is. I'm like, so if she's who you connect with, why don't you go with the person that you connect with? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why can't you see that? Like, what is stopping you from seeing her as, like, you know? So you're right. That is, and I think that's a very
low self-esteem. It's
a sucky thing, honestly.
It really is, and across the board, men and women deal with this. But obviously, I can only speak from a woman's point of view. But she struggled with low self-esteem.
It's harder on you. I think the pressure is harder on, like, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this whole thing of hourglass figure. Now we must all have a small waist and thick thighs that save lives. Like, girl, not all of us are built like that. Like, I'm built like this.
Facts. Yeah, and I love the chemistry between Makumalo and Bilo as well. Like, they have a very, like, you know, nice banter.
No, yes, I enjoy it.
Although she sometimes comes off as like a bit too gimmicky. Like, sometimes she overdoes it. I'm like, every time now, Bilo, when she talks and she, like, you know, especially when she uses English words, then she'll like gimmick. I don't know how to describe it. I
get you with the gimmicky.
Making sense.
There's lots of slang. There's lots of slang going, and we're saying all the cool words that are like happening right now. Like, I get you.
It's like sometimes she's just doing a lot, but maybe also, I mean, it is a conversation, and maybe the only interesting part is when she's like, you know, so.
True. And then we have Sirisha with her husbands. Nothing really happening here. Only thing I liked about this. Okay, 2 things from this. One, his and her toilet. I always said when I build my house, I'm having a his and her bathroom. I ain't sharing no bathroom with people, even my husband. So we're gonna have his.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. That's exactly what I was going to ask you, because my notes here was, how do you feel about 2 toilets in one bathroom?
Yes, not in one bathroom for me. It's separate. You have your bathroom with everything that you need and your closet. I have my bathroom with everything that I need and my own closet. Like, we're gonna go. Like, you have your own. Like, I don't understand why that's like you have your own bathroom.
Okay. I mean, like, you know, actually, it kind of does make sense, because I do feel that, like, even though you guys are married, it doesn't mean you have to do everything together. You know, like, you do sometimes need your own, like, space and your own rituals of, you know. So yeah, I ain't mad at it. I mean, you have couples who now live in separate apartments or separate bedrooms, so. You know?
Listen, you just live the way that you live. Exactly. It really does. It works for me, and I haven't even done it yet. Thank you. But only other thing is that we know Sirisha is going to host a Halloween party, so that's coming up soon. Hopefully we see it at some point. And then next up we have JoJo.
The preview looks spicy.
Oh, yes, the preview. Yes, actually. Thank you. It's coming next episode.
Being a drunk mess.
Love it for her. Then we have Jojo and her husband. Yes, another debrief about the black tie affair. Obviously just asking Calvin now, like, what did he think? And Calvin, I don't think he didn't take it personal. She did. He was just like, I don't think she's talking about me, but you can see that she's talking from a certain point of view. And I was like, you see, clever man. Yeah. Instead of chastising her, he was just like, I get what she's saying. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, no, Calvin seems like a very emotionally mature person. Like, he was just like, it's not about me. Like, actually, I feel sorry for her because I can tell that, like, she's been through hurts, you know?
Exactly. Full stop. That's all. But I don't know how you felt when Jojo said "shut up" to Nonku. That would have sent me off. I'd be like, "Who the fuck you be talking to?" I'd be like, "Shut up." And Jojo said that.
And I was shocked that Nonku like was so.
Because Jojo said that's
I didn't say
shut the fuck up.
I was like, man, who do you think you are? Like, it's very triggering. Like, you don't know how someone can react when you tell them to shut up. Shut up.
Yes. Shut up. Yeah.
Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words, ma'am.
Facts. And then we get Tobile, who's visiting Sirisha. So let me just say, in my notes, before I knew that they were going to walk the dogs, I was like, Sirisha, why don't you just dress up? Like, I was highly disappointed before I knew they were walking the dogs.
No, okay.
Because I was just like, Sirisha, dress up. There are cameras at your house. This is reality TV. I was so disappointed.
No, actually, you know what? Like, to be fair, I can say that like now she's definitely stepping it up. Like if it's an event, she steps it up and she does it with style.
True.
Like I think she hired a stylist because what was going on before was just too much. Too much. The boots. Like I feel like one day she's just gonna do an event where she says boots. The theme is boots, honestly, because she loves boots. But she wears them so badly. That's the problem.
And we want to love Sirisha. We want to. We want to love Sirisha.
I do now. No, Sirisha, I do. If you're listening, listen. I'm enjoying that you stepped it up now. I'm glad that like the only one time in your dress now was because you had to walk the dogs. You know, so but also those dogs are lots.
I feel so
even though the one is too old, they can't even
breathe. They can't breathe. The one can't walk.
The entire scene, all you can hear is.
That was me. I literally running my nose. I was like, not the dogs not being able to breathe.
You guys go back because I don't think you'll be able to make it around the block.
I was like, I don't think they can walk that far. I think it's like, I was like, what is animal abuse? Like the dogs can't walk. Like stop it. Like turn back now.
But also the old one seems so content with being in a pram. Like he was really living his best life.
Of course, feeling your oats. You're in a pram, man. You don't have to push yourself. You just see you're enjoying the views.
No, but like guys, what is it with pugs?
No, people need to stop.
I'm ready to sign a petition.
Same.
Is there a petition that we can make to stop breeding pugs? Like it needs to be around the world now because these things were made by us. That's the best part. They were made by us. We made them like that. Like
they can't breathe. They can't breathe. What other indication? They can't breathe. No. Anyway, so. The editing here, there was a weird moment that happened. I don't know if you picked it up, but they were talking about like Konko and Tobile, like that whole, do they know each other, whatever. But then in her ITM, Tobile is like, oh yeah, I know Nonku. I don't have any problems with her. But I was like, we were talking about like Konko. So editing was a little bit weird there, but I picked that up.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I did.
But you can see, I feel like this scene was just there just to establish like, oh, they're not as close as we think they are.
Yes.
So there might be like a bit of some row.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which we're here for.
Next
we're
up,
here for
we
row. I want the row.
Mm-hmm. Next up,
Nonku can't be the only one bringing row, guys.
That's true.
Sorry.
No, but you know who's also bringing the row? It's also like Konko. I mean, let's be honest. She's going to bring the row.
Oh.
And Queen and Annie. Annie's coming in hot. Annie's coming in hot.
Everyone is so annoyed. Everyone is so annoyed with Queen. But I don't mind, guys. I actually do not mind. I'm like, she's an antagonizer. We need an antagonizer. She must keep coming. Keep coming.
Every event, she must show up. They say lunch between the girls. The Queen is there. every event she can show up. Every one of them. But anyway, before we get to that spicy scene, which is great, we have quad biking. And obviously, we know the purpose of this was for Nonku and Jojo to speak about their little misunderstanding that they had at the table about all men cheat. Obviously, they clarified that. But what was really nice about the scene is that Jojo obviously opened up about what's happened to her and her emotionally and physical abusive relationship, how she tried to take her own life, and the man just basically watched her take her own life and then called his sister to come and help. But, you know, she's on the other side now. And I guess she's in a really, really good relationship. Like, we're happy for her. Like, that man loves her. Calvin loves her.
Yeah, you can tell. They have a very, like, nice relationship. And I really appreciated that scene. I think Nonku also needed to hear that. And I think that's maybe why Jojo was like, no, you know what, like, let me call her. I think that was very nice of Jojo. It was nice. I love Nonku's go-kart outfits. It was so chic. Yes. And I was like, Nonku really dresses up. She's like, oh, we're doing what? We're doing this? Okay, she dresses for, like, she really does. She
understands 100%. Her body, what works for her, like how to accentuate it, and like she looks great all the time. Like, I love her outfits.
She does. No, she really does. But yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. But like, it was just so sad to hear Nonku say that she's tired, because it's really relatable. I feel like, you know, like after you've had like a lot of unlucky bouts in love, you're just like, I'm over it. It's like, come on, what's the point? You know, like,
no, because it's true. Like, you're tired of like always having to like fight for something. Like, you also, like, I think with women, like, what's the struggle is like we also want someone to fight for us, like, you know, or like want to be with us. Like, we're always having to not throw ourselves, but be on the prowl all the time, right? Because we can't be lonely, but you know, we can't be bachelorettes, but men can be a man can be a bachelor, and that's fine. So like
until he's 60,
literally until he's 60. Facts. So it's things like that. So I feel like I got her, like, you know, when you're just tired, like, yo, hey, when is my time gonna come?
To me. That was a beautiful scene. I think that was my favorite scene, actually. Like, you know,
no, it was very nice. Like, especially for them to open up, it was nice just to be like, we actually relate on so many things. Like, and that's I think what Jojo wanted to do when they met up. Is like, let's not fight. We're probably so similar. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
And come to find out that they are very similar. So, you know, that was a good scene. But let's get down to the showdown, bitches. Let's get to why we log in to Showmax.
To the showdown. Speaking like whatever they say, it is their business.
And she lives by it. Let's be clear. She lives by those words. Because, hey, it was supposed to be Nonku, Londi, and Annie. And Nonku said, I'm bringing my mom. So they add a new restaurant that Daguru has acquired. And yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, we should go there and go to
What's quiche?
I don't know. I think I just said a word, hey? I'm sure it's a word, though. No, I'm sure it's a real word.
Why did you say chic?
No, kitsch. No, kitsch meaning. Hang on. It's here.
Kitsch.
Art, objects, or design. So the kitsch. That's what I meant, yeah.
English, yeah. You know,
niche and kitsch.
So a new restaurant that Daguru has acquired, and the first thing that they touch on is the whole Zulu thing. And I love when Londi said, like, Zulu people do that to everybody. It's not just you, Annie. You're not special. They do that to they do it to the whole country. All of us are left out of the conversation.
And actually, I'm also confused because I'm like, but Annie, you're staying KZN. Are you not used to this by now? Like, you should know that this is how they
She's married to a Zulu man. And I'm like, why doesn't that man hasn't, like he did say in the scene before, they had their own little scene, which is not that great, but anyway, that little scene where she was like, you know, he's like, I would like you to learn the clan names. Yeah. The clan names, the language. And I was like, how was this never expected of her? Because he seems like he is somewhat traditional in the sense where they had like the memulo, those kind of like events. So I'm like, how has she not, like, does she know how to say hello? Genuinely, does she know how to say hello? No, I mean, this is a serious question. No, not her,
but like, does she know basic?
I'm looking at you like.
Apparently.
Does she know how to say,
look at me.
How are you? Yeah, I'm just staring because I'm like, does she know? Does she know?
I was like, I was looking at me, she said, like, do you know? I was like, ma'am.
No, we don't need to know. We always get out of the conversation in any case. Zulu people will always leave you out. Point blank, period. At least Londi put her in check. Londi put her in check. Also, her husband put her in check. Learn something. Now you're out here always complaining about you must translate. You married a Zulu man. You live in KZN.
Because unfortunately,
you know the basics. How are there Indian people that live in Durban that know Zulu fluently? Make it make sense.
But you know the problem is that like even if she knows the basics, like the Zulu that they speak, it's not basics. It's intermediate.
No, I get you.
So even though the basics, she'll still struggle.
But at least remember Khumutso from last season. Like, she could pick up words here and there, then she would respond in Sesotho or whatever. Like, at least you can pick up some, like, at least you could pick up some, like, something from the conversation. But you couldn't understand a single thing. Oh, come on. It's Tenjini or it's Tembu. Hello, we know that means polygamy. I know that. I'm not even Zulu.
I love how you're getting so pressed. You actually don't know Annie's history with Zulu. Maybe she doesn't know what Tembu means.
Well, but the thing is, she's coming over. She doesn't know anything because she wants subtitles for every single thing every time they speak. So I don't know. No, it's actually me and my homegirls.
It really is. It really is.
Okay. Anyway, this lunch is supposed to be Nonku, Londi, and Annie. Nonku said, not on my watch. So we see a slow motion of the Queen and Nonku walking in. It's going down. No matter what, I know it's going down. Because even I said, I literally started screaming. I started screaming for real.
It was so necessary. Like, her reaction to everything was she was so annoyed. Like, she would be like tapping the table.
Yeah.
Oh, you know. And she was really flustered. She came in with like just flustered energy.
Yes.
Even he was like, "Hi, Kanti."
Because when she walked in, because I didn't know that they were actually going to confront Annie about the whole situation, which I'm glad that they did. But when she walked in, now I'm like, the ladies can't be as candid as they want to be. I was like, it's very awkward right now. There's tension. But then, obviously, Nonku explains everything to the Queen. This is what Annie said. I really hope Annie can go onto her Twitter and retract everything, because I'm like, girl, they've played that clip multiple times. She didn't say that. You've seen it now.
But now
go onto your Twitter or your Instagram and say...
It's also Lonnie who also said this. Lonnie also said she also heard that. Now I'm like, but what happened?
They played that clip, I think, that clip 5-6 times now. We've watched it. She didn't say that.
Yeah, we've been watching it. Yeah,
that clip has played. I mean,
but I mean, look, I'm still glad that like there's still some spice, even if it's there's a misunderstanding. I ain't mad at it. I'm like, go guys, go, because we need some conflict.
Exactly. As a viewer, it's different for us because they're obviously playing the clip for us every time. For them, it's a real life conversation. You're not going to play the clip for them and be like, okay, but please watch it back. So it's obviously happening for them. So Londi obviously agrees that I heard the same thing. And they basically the Queen and Nonku like, but she did not say that. She did not say that. And then Nonku said in her ITM that she feels like Londi just sucks up to Annie. Like, she'll just agree with anything that Annie says or does. I don't know. I wasn't getting that vibe. Yeah.
She wasn't getting that vibe either. I think she also just misheard. She probably misheard the same thing, you know?
Yeah. That's honestly
but like
it.
the Queen saying Annie disappoints me. I'm like, who are you to me?
But
I feel disappointed. It's like, okay, and you are like, you haven't even been to like anything of mine, so really.
But Annie did say, she's like, I'm not really your friend, I'm not your mom's friend, and you know, Annie's just like, let it be done then. And then Nonku on some, are we done? Which is very dismissive. If we're being honest, it's dismissive. Even if she literally meant, are you done? The way she said it was dismissive. It's her tone. It's all about
because
tone.
Like you came with this person to discuss all of this, so now why is it like now you the one as if you didn't ask for this? Like, you know, it was very weird. It was that was
the closing line of all closing lines. I feel very sorry for you, my dear. You're going to live your life miserable. Done.
Miserable.
That's what she said.
I was like, that's unnecessary. There's no need. There's honestly no need.
Very. Very. So that's how the episode ended, and the preview looks spicy as hell. But I was here for the queen. Like, the queen can get more airtime. Like, is she gonna be at the Halloween party? Like, she can show up too.
Yeah, that last scene popped. That last scene popped.
No, it
Honestly,
popped hard.
I enjoyed it.
Popped hard. So you're rating.
I still have criticisms.
Yeah, go ahead.
So last time we gave it 6.5. I'm just annoyed that, like, I still feel like there's scenes that we can cut out or scenes that we can just put together, and So I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7 because of Queen. Queen gave us that extra half a point. Thank you, Queen.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna join you there. I'm gonna give it a 7 as well, because like you said, we could have just used a montage of everybody talking about black tie and what happened. Then we could have had more scenes like the quad biking and things like that, like the women coming together having lunch or something. Let's go out for brunch or something. So that would have been nice.
Just once. Let's do it once. We don't need to see it every single time and from different perspectives. We don't care about the husband's perspective, if we'll be honest.
Exactly.
We don't.
But even if we see it from different perspectives, make it compact. Ain't nobody. I don't want to hear.
Make it one. Yes.
One. Simonye, one time. Like that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so 7 from both of us, but the preview looks spicy as hell, so I'm very excited for that.
Yes.
Nongu looks drunk off her ass, but I'm here for that. We're always here for drunk housewives, let's be clear. It does really well on TV.
It does. No, I'm also excited. I can't wait.
So yeah, guys, let us know. Follow us on Instagram. We always have our yay or nay every Monday for the ladies' outfits from the episode. And then if you'd like to join one of our episodes to review an episode with us, please let us know on our Instagram. It's Reali-Tea, the letter T _SA. Slide into our DMs and we will gladly have you part of our episode. We love to converse. I love that word now, converse.
Yeah. Conversate.
Conversate. We making up words. English is evolving. We said converse. We said conversate.
Conversation is not even a word. That's what keeps me, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah, it really does. We were conversating. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Follow us on IG. Follow us on our personal pages if you want to. What's your page, Susan's?
Oh, gosh. Oh, it's Makubela. SMAQUBELA.
And I am Reta Madumise, RETHA MADUMISE. But you can find us easily. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys on our next review of The Real Housewives of Durban. Goodbye.